Okay, well there it is. The door's finished. It's got all the trimmings on. Went about as I expected. It was kind of tough to get this trim back on because the thickness was, I mean, just maybe a hair too much, but not bad. I mean, you used a dead blow, right, and get it started and knock it on there. Turned out okay. We got the hinged edge on first. And then we found out that moving it up and down to fit the miters we weren't able to do that. So we literally had to back it off quite a bit so it would move. The further you had it on, the tighter it got, and the more it didn't want to move. And you had to be able to move it around a little bit. So the miters look pretty good. It's all relatively straight, flat, and square. I mean, this is as much as it can be for being 24 years old. So there you go. This man right at the end here. It's not all the way through, but I was putting the screw in and I wasn't paying attention, and the drill came off. The cordless came off, and I banged into it. So it has to have at least one RPM flaw in it, right? So it can't be perfect, or it's not mine, right? So. There you go. I mean, it looks really good. Worked out well. Handle works. Everything's good. Turned out it is as well as I'd expected. The door is heavy, man. Man, is that thing heavy. Standing it up on edge to make sure that we got this hole we put in there for that latch in the right area, and then knocking it up and down, right and left to get that hole lined up perfect, and then getting the miters perfect. We had the door, had to stand it up, and man, this thing is heavy. It is a heavy duty door. And while it was standing up, that's when I started putting the screws in this side. They were already in the other side, but they weren't in the outside. And it was actually standing up here when I went to go put this in. And you got to hold the door. You don't want it to fall and hit the ground and destroy all the work you just did. And all it takes is one tiny little lapse of concentration and attention, and boom. So it's on the bottom, but Bob knows it's there. He's going to come by at the racetrack and cut. He'll be just, hey, Robert, what's up? Staring right at the bottom of the door, won't you, Bob? Sure he will. But it's all good. I deserve it. But other than that, man, it really, it's super solid. Looking forward to one day down the line. All I got to do is buy the window and lay the pattern out, and drill a hole and cut it. And we know the RV window will bolt right up, man, without any issues. So we're definitely going to want to get a window in that thing at one point. Just so, we can see who's at the door. Kind of, instead of putting a peephole thing in it. But that's it. We're done with the door. We'll cover it up and sit it over there, lean it up against the wall, get it out of the way. Going to get it back over to my house and rehook up the welder, the broke down welder, to see if it'll weld on DC, right, steel. And if it arcs up and works, I mean, we just keep it for welding steel. But besides that, if it doesn't work, then got to get it down off and get the new one all hooked up and all that kind of rigmarole. Get ready to go over there because we're going to be cutting up the one that's square tubing, about 50 feet of square tubing, and we're going to build the folding stands with the wheels, about wheels and casters and all that. So that's what we'll be doing that this weekend, cutting up those rolling stands and getting those going. So Richie can get his Quicksilver out here, out of the front room, and out here we'll get this one on the other rolling stand we're making and roll it over to my house. And after he's done cleaning up the chassis here, and we'll get it over to my house and we can start putting that car together and get it fit up. We're gonna get it fit up for Brother Kenny. I know. I told him he's got to start doing some working out, because he's lost so much muscle mass from doing nothing and not eating right because of his esophagus thing that he ain't gonna be able to drive this thing for more than 4 or 5 laps if he don't get some muscle going. So we want to be able to put him in there. He's this light, skinny little guy. He'll be down low and lightweight, and we'll be sweet and cheating with the alcohol and way underweight and all that stuff. We want to go out and kick some booty Even if we're illegal, so what? We're not there for a trophy. We're there to wake some people up. So that's it for today. August 5, down at Richard's house. We're going to shut down and head over to my place. Godspeed. God bless y'all. Hang in there. It'll get better. Trust me, it'll get better. It looks pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with that.